Hey, hey.
Great. Welcome to today. All right. Welcome to today. This is your girl, Dean Kathy, along with Dr. Lisa for the Bestie
Hey.
Finder office hours for what is this? April, whatever.
April 2nd,
April
otherwise
2nd.
known as February 38th. 54.
That is for sure because February was a blur to us. And so,
Did March happen?
huh?
Did March happen?
Right. Look, you see me say February was a blur. March didn't even happen for us. And January, we barely remember. Okay.
So then it's gotta be January 85th.
Okay. That part. 30, 60. Yeah, you on point about 80 something. January to 80 something. But anyway, welcome to Bestie Finders office hours. We're super excited. You guys know we get excited, we get hyped about our discussions or our office hours discussions on every Wednesday at
Every
12:30.
Wednesday.
So anyway, so what is our well, you guys recognize or realize that we're short one coach today. So she's
We
off
are.
doing her thing. She had a speaking engagement. So shout out to Coach Nayala.
Rock it out, coach.
Okay, knock it out the box, coach. Knock it out, coach. We'll do that in a hot second. But what's our discussion for today?
All right. So this week in Clash and Connect, we covered the big bad imposter syndrome.
Ooh,
And we were a little blunt. So I'm just
I
gonna
love it.
read I'm just gonna read you the intro from Clash and Connect, and feel
Okay.
free to subscribe if you want to be down. Talk to you, YouTube.
Subscribe, people. Subscribe. These doggone newsletters, everything. I love every scenario, every response we give. I love it.
All right. So picture this, my friends. What if the people around you figure out that you don't know what you're doing? Hold on to that panic and reel it back in. Take a breath because you're not alone, right? Whether you're a coach, consultant, manager, ministry leader, anybody who's responsible for leading others or guiding them to what they want to do and be, sometimes it feels like you're just trying to grab puzzle pieces from all over the place, but you don't have to be perfect.
Mm,
You got to understand who you are and learn how to lead authentically once you accept what you've learned. Now, Dean Cathy says that she was recently sent another video of someone saying you need to know who you are. And we don't ever talk about, well, how do you figure that out?
right.
Do I have to go backpacking in the Andes Mountains to figure out myself and to discover who I am?
No, I get on those one
No.
of those little small boats without a paddle and just float out in the middle of the ocean until it comes to you, to the water speaks to you. No,
Now, if you are an outdoorsy person and that's what you're into, no shade. Enjoy that.
go
All the
for
pollen and the green cars, that's all you. Enjoy it.
it.
But if you're an indoorsy type like Dr. Lisa, come on here, let me learn you something. We have an assessment called the gift assessment that will help you uncover what you're working with inside. And that is the whole point of what we do at Bestie Finder. So last week we had our gift summit, and Dr. Dean Cathy laid it down, the intro to the gifts, and the assessment is how you figure yours out. So, Dean Cathy,
Yes.
I know that imposter syndrome is not the big bad that a lot of us think it is. Because it affects us in all different ways. Sometimes we go to the fake it till you make it, and we prop ourselves up for what everybody else tells us is what success is supposed to look like. But what's your take on identifying yourself and being able to be okay with not knowing everything when you're a leader?
Ooh, I like when you said being okay with not knowing everything. And as an administrator, we love that. We don't claim to know everything. We all of my gifts are exhorter, perceiver, administrator. And so that says leader, 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 bossy, But I'll tell you in a minute, I don't know everything. But guess what? I'm going to find out who does. And so why would I spend all of that time, pressuring myself or frustrating myself and everybody else working in my weakness when doggone I know somebody who know the answer or know how to do that thing that needs to be done. And so,
Mhm.
and that is the main thing that I think that people, that's what I was just sharing with you. That guy was just talking about whatever video somebody sent me was about this guy was saying that people need to stop working, doing so much work in their weak areas. And
Mhm.
that is the one thing that we teach inside of Bestie Finder, and in regards to the gift assessment and Discover You, is to work in your strengths, partner with your weaknesses. Period. And that way, the more you work in your strength, honey, everybody is working in the thing that they love to do, and that makes the project come together quickly, comes together perfectly, and everybody's happy. Nobody, everybody, they'll be in a position where they love to do what they love to do. And
Mhm.
administrators are great at recognizing that in people as well. You know what I'm saying? So we can see it. We can see that leadership. We can see that what they're gifted and skilled in, or great at, or whatever. And we don't mind putting people in that place and saying, you know what, let's do this and whatever, whatever. And at the end of the day, we don't care. Administrators don't care who get the credit. We don't want it
Mhm.
all because we want to say what we do say. This was a team effort. So
Exactly.
that's my look. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And that's so important because we look at learning and we feel like, okay, once I learn it, I got to be in charge of it. So if I take on the responsibility of leading, then I got to know everything. I got to be able to do everything because we talk about how you got to know how to do the jobs in your business, for example, before you hire someone to do it.
Right.
That don't mean you got to actually do all the jobs by yourself.
Exactly. You just need to know. You need to know the knowledge. And of course how to do it, just in case somebody else is not there. But
Right.
don't take over. You know what I'm saying? Don't take over somebody else's job. CEO, executive director, supervisor, owner, whoever you are, coach,
Hmm.
mentor. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it for them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just know, again, like you say, you know how to do it, so that way you can explain it and train the ones that need to.
Exactly. So my take this week is pretty similar in that I really don't believe anyone has it all figured out anyway, because no matter what they tell you, they don't know. They might know how to find the answer faster than you, but they don't know everything about everything. They might know everything about their area. And you need to trust your people that they got that. So if we leave you with nothing else today, I'm talking to y'all on YouTube because the community has got a whole hour with us.
Hmm.
You leave you with nothing else today. It's okay to not know. It's not okay to not try to find a solution. And that solution might be somebody else. And that's
That's it.
okay. That doesn't mean you're not responsible, you're not the authority or anything like that. It means that you are comfortable enough in who you are and your strength to allow other people to thrive in theirs.
Oh, absolutely. And and just to add to that real quick, like the reason why some of us, or some of my administrators may not step up, You know what I'm saying? Because of other gifts that go along with theirs, but administrators don't necessarily, because of the fact that they don't want to seem like they're overstepping their bounds or
Mhm.
boundaries or stepping on somebody's toes or usurping somebody's authority. They won't step up. They won't step up, and take the lead, or that's better. I mean, I guess that I could just leave it like that. Take the leadership in a particular role or project, only because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so I'm like, if you're gifted in that area, step up. And it doesn't matter, how anybody else feel. When I say that, it's all about the project and or what you think they may be feeling. So I
Mhm.
would just say, speak on up, administration. Again, we can have all the credentials and know exactly what to do, but won't say a word. I've been in that place too, and wait for someone to ask me to do something, right?
Exactly.
And so sometimes, again, that can hurt a situation or put you back, and
Mhm.
prolong the process when just go ahead and undertake the leadership position, because you're going to end up in there anyway. I don't care how you can prolong it for as long as it just is, because administrators are natural born leaders, and
Mhm.
you're going to do it. And so the problem, I'm just looking at my notes,
Mhm.
is although they recognize, yeah, and don't worry about whatever anybody else may say, because of the fact that they most may recognize um, the leadership capabilities in you, and then they ask you to step up and do it. And see, this is a problem. This is why most of them don't step up, because when they do, when they're asked to do it, they do a great job, and then everybody want to get so and up in the award.
You got to be good, but not too good. Not super good.
But we can't help it. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be super good. All of that. So do not allow anybody to make you feel bad about that. All right. So go ahead
Right.
on, when they ask you to do it with your excellent self. All right,
Mhm.
and let the chips fall where they may. At the end, they're gonna say, "Job well done."
And that's it. So be comfortable showing up in excellence, even if it makes other people shake and they boots. Because
Correct.
if you are looking to discover who you are, or you've been told by Instagram guru of the day that you should figure out who you are before you go doing something else, here's how you do that. You head over to bestiefinder.net/gift course and you take the assessment and our course to learn all about the gifts. And once you're done with that, we'll show you how to use your gifts in your life.
Yay!
And on that note, bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
We're so good at that.
Hi.